What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Small Talk. And today we will be discussing how the analysts are sleeping on the Washington Commanders in 2026. So, yeah, I understand. I get it. I completely understand why they have a bad record for us. However, a lot of them missed the off season we had this past off season. Adam Peters has spent money on defense, improving the defensive side of the football. Dan Quinn went out and he went outside of his building to go get Durante Jones. He fired his best friend in Joe Witt, who was there with him in Dallas, who was there with him in Atlanta, who has a history of coaching DBs. So, hey, I am excited for this year. And hopefully we can put it together. Hopefully we can be a dangerous team in 2026. So, let's go ahead and dive right in. Show y'all the records they gave us before diving in. So, let's go X. So, we go here. Boom. So, as you see here, all of these analysts, like Colleen Wolfe, has us at 7-10. Nick Shook has us at 4-13. Now he's the one I'm gonna have an eye on when we don't go 4-13 this year. Lance Zerline also has us 7-10. Grant Gordon also has us at 7-10. Dan Parr has us going 6-11. And the only one that seems to have faith in us is Brooks Sarasosimo, who has us going 9-8. And Bucky Brooks also has us going 7-10. So I think this record is I think all of these are very misleading. I don't think I think they've seen the offseason we've had, but they don't trust that we can put it all together. I completely get it. We went 5-12 last year. We were hurt. We were old. We were slow. But as you've seen this past offseason, we have gotten younger. We have gotten faster on offense and defense. This is no longer an old and slow team like from the one that we saw last year. This team is going to be healthy this year. We're going to have Jaden back. We're going to have Terry coming back. We're going to have all guys that made immediate impacts back. Because we saw it last year. We were injured. We were not healthy. So that's what caused the effect of us going 5-12. So let's see here. So, all right. So one big thing I think they're sleeping on is our off-season additions. So we have acquired guys like Odafe Owe, Chigo Congo, Kaylavon Chason, Nick Cross, Tim Settle, Charles Omenihu, Rashad White, Leo Chanel. And some of those guys have championship experience and can bring winning they can bring winning to DC. So I think they will make an immediate impact and they will affect how we are going to play in game and what we are going to do in whether our versus like our scheme and stuff. So and I believe all these guys are going to have immediate impacts because of the defense we're going to run. And they're going to transform this defense from one of the worst in the NFL, as we were ranked 31st and last in some categories, to one of the best units under Durante Jones. Why? Well, second thing is because of health. We have Dorrance Armstrong coming back on the defensive side. Will Harris is coming back. Trey Amos is coming back from injury. Dietrich Wise is coming back. So we have all these guys that provided depth and were productive on the defensive side coming back. So, and I believe they will make an impact in why we are going to force turnovers and why we're going to get pressure on the quarterback. So, and speaking of the end, being versatile, and some of those guys are versatile because you have Charles Omenihu. He can play edge. He can play defensive tackle. You can line him up anywhere. Leo Chanel. He can come down in the box, play the run, and he can either go and cover a tight end if you need him. You got Caleb Chase on who can rush the passer and drop back into coverage if you need him to. You have all this versatility now on the defensive side of the ball, and you have athleticism on the defensive side of the ball. And I've actually have a note here as versatility. We are versatile, we are young, we are athletic on defense. And I said the versatility we have on defense with guys like Sonny Styles, mentioned Leo Chanel, mentioned Caleb Chason. You have Mikey Sanders who can play outside corner. He can play nickelback. All the things you can do in this defense, it's going to be confusing for offense to figure out because you don't know who is going to be doing what on this play. Because I said you can have, let's say, Trey Amos in the slot one play. You can have him outside one play. Will Harris, you can come down in the box one play. You can be covering one play. Nick Cross, he can cover one play. He can be in the box one play. We're going to be moving guys around and we're going to be subbing guys in that because we are 5 or 6 deep at pass rusher now. And this is going to be the key for us winning games. Can these guys stay healthy and provide the depth we need to be able to win games and stay in games? So, I forgot to put David Blau in here, sorry. But with young guys like Joshua Josephs, I think he is the one being slept on in his defense. Because in college, he was a great pass rusher, and you saw him dropping the coverage at times. So I believe he's going to be one of the more key impacts that we have had in a long time. I think Caleb Chason could be that too. He started his career off slow with Jacksonville, and then Raiders, he had 5 sacks, but this past season with the Patriots, he had 7.5. So he can be that productive guy that you want. And he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. He signed a 1-year deal this past offseason. So he said, I want to bet on myself. If you want to win games, you better be able to block me. That's how confident Caleb is this season. He says, hey, I want to bet on myself. You better block me for all 4 quarters, or I'm going to wreak havoc on offenses. And I'm going to start forcing turnovers, and I'm giving this ball back to my offense. Same can be said with Odafe Owe. He was productive with the Chargers. He had great productive years with the Ravens unlike last season. Because he started off with the Ravens last season. He started off 0 sacks. None. And then all of a sudden he goes to Chargers under a new defensive coordinator. Boom, he goes off and has 7.5 sacks. And he got 3 in that playoff game versus the Patriots. That's not an accident. That's a guy that was under the wrong scheme in the Ravens and under the wrong defensive coordinator. The last defensive coordinator for the Ravens was not very good. That Ravens defense struggled mightily last year. And you're now Odafe Owe is coming into a system that fits his play style to a T. Because he's not going to have to adapt or adjust to anything. Because I think they ran that same defense in San Diego. Predicated on coverage. not predicated on coverage, but predicated on pass rush. That is what this defense will be. Predicated on getting pass rush, being able to get turnovers. That is the key. And limiting the big plays. That is going to be a huge factor. So, another one is disguising coverages on defense. And I mentioned this, and I'm going to mention the offensive side here as well. We have depth on both sides of the ball, meaning you can have a guy go down, but that guy can come in and step up when needed. If a guy goes down to a season-ending injury, or he's out for a week, or he's he's sick, or he can't play that week, or he has personal issues going on, somebody can step in his place, and it feels like we're never going to lose a beat. It feels like, hey, I can step up. It's going to feel the same way whether that guy's playing or not. So, and another reason is I believe this offense will be confusing as well. Because Blau is going to take everything he's learned, the mixture of guys he's learned under, Ben Johnson, Kevin O'Connell, Dan Campbell, Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray, all the quarterbacks and coordinators he's been under. He says, hey, I'm going to take this offense and this play and install it into my offense. Okay, I'm going to take what Kevin O'Connell did well here, and I'm going to take this play and I'm going to put it into my offense. Okay, I'm going to take whatever Ben Johnson did on this play, put this into my offense to make Jaden Daniels comfortable, to make his life easier. Not taking all these deep shots down the field just to get little dump offs and have the receivers make plays in the open field. And this is the first time in Jaden Daniels' career that he has a slot winner in Antonio Williams. And if David Blau is here, hopefully he will be next season, I believe Antonio Williams can take over as the number 2 receiver if David Blau can rub off on whoever is going to be the offensive coordinator next year or the year after. So hopefully we can get chemistry going, get defensive and offensive synergy going to just create energy and winning. And the winning is going to start with Jaden Daniels staying healthy. If we've seen it again, I've mentioned it time and time again. 2024, that season was magical. Best season of my life. Probably best season of Commanders fans that haven't had that feeling since the early 90s when we won the Super Bowl last. I'm glad that we are going to potentially have that feeling back if we can put it all together and gain chemistry and starting to produce turnovers on defense, start producing yards and points on offense. That is going to be our thing. Getting chemistry, getting used to this scheme, putting it all together into winning. Because I truly believe these coaches have it. Again, don't ask me what it is. I just know they have it. So it's really going to depend on health, depth, and the off-season additions we have made in order to get this team to win. And I love this. I love it. And I love that Adam Peters said, I'm going to take last season. Yeah, we had Bobby Wagner. We had Frankie Louvu in the wrong position. We had oh, Will Harris got injured. He was our best communicator on defense. Every time you've seen someone in their position was because Will Harris was one of the best communicators on this defense. And when Harris went out, the communication stopped and you started seeing everybody pointing fingers at one another. That tells you that tells you the story right there. Will Harris will be a better communicator in this defense than he was in Joe Witt's defense. He will make sure everybody is lined up in their spots. Just probably maybe along with Leo Chanel or Sonny Styles. And all three of them can probably be able to say, hey, let's communicate. Let's say who has who. Let's get on one accord. Let's say, hey, I'm going to get this guy one play. Okay, cool. Then I'll guard him. You get him. And let's make plays on defense. That's it. Make plays on defense. Get fourth down stops. Get third down stops. So, hopefully, this Durante Jones scheme can work. And hopefully we can be able to get turnovers and not just speak. Because I remember all in 2024, Joe Witt says, this is what this defense is going to be. We are going to be fast. We are going to be physical. We are going to force turnovers. Yet in the past 2 seasons, we have not had good turnover production. In 2024, yes, we had a +1, but I say that's due to man Mikey Sanders still being a great corner. In turnover wise, not coverage wise, Mikey Sanders still is not a cover corner. He's a playmaker, and this is what this defense is going to be able to make him, a playmaker. And I mentioned it again. I won't be shocked if he leads the team in turnovers once again this year. He has a knack for getting to the football, making plays on the football. And I want to see that from the defensive line. I want to see that from everybody. Yes, you can make plays on the player, but can you make plays on the football? Forcing fumbles, getting interceptions, forcing an incomplete pass, pinning the ball down and at the one on special teams, making plays all over the field on either side of the ball. Either side needs to be able to make plays. Because if we do not have that, we are not going to win games. If we are injured, we are not going to win games. If we cannot keep Jaden healthy this season, we will not be able to win games. He is the sole reason we won games in 2024. He was the reason our defense was off the field most of the time in 2024. Specifically going back to that playoff game against the Buccaneers. If the defense was on the field on that last play, we were done. Because the defense was going to give up a touchdown or a field goal. But we said no. Let's go give the ball into the hands of 5 and let him seal this victory for us. And what did he do? Scramble out, dive for a first down that was essentially gained. Again in Atlanta. If we did not get the ball last, we lose that game. Because Atlanta was scoring at will on our defense. And we really shouldn't have even given up that many points. And the only reason we lost was because their field goal kicker missed from, say, 56 yards and then gave the ball back to Jaden in the offense. You know what Jaden did? throws a dot to Zach Ertz for the game-winning touchdown to seal our playoff hopes. He did it again. He did it in the New York Giants game. We didn't surrender a single touchdown, but somehow the game was tied going into the fourth quarter. You want to know what Jaden did? Threw a dart to, I don't know who it was. I think it was Zach Ertz or Terry. And then he set up, what's his name? Austin Cyber for the game-winning field goal, and we won. We've seen time and time again Jaden come through clutch. When you give Jaden the ball in the fourth quarter, he will most likely get you the win. And there's a stat. Jaden Daniels is undefeated when his defense lets up 24 points or less. So if we can give up 24 points or less, we are most likely going to win that game because our defense is doing just enough to win. So, and if our offense is clicking, if we can at least put up 28 points a game like we did in 2024, we're most likely going to win most of our games. So, key is scoring on offense, not letting up scores on defense. Like I said, the offensive and defensive synergy will be another major factor in 2026 as to why we are going to be a successful team in 2024. In 2026. So, I think that'll do it for me. It's your boy Commander Ron signing out. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.